Chris, could you see this happening?
Well, I certainly think it's on the Lakers' radar. And when you look at some of the things LeBron's been able to accomplish in putting together rosters, it's a possibility. I mean, you'd be foolish to say there's no way it could happen. That said, I don't see it happening. I don't think Giannis will be drawn to Hollywood and L.A. I think his move will be a basketball move. And I think that is not like, if I'm Giannis and I don't stay in Milwaukee, I think there are better basketball options for him. I think in L.A., it's a possibility it could work, but he could become the third guy there. And if you're Giannis, if I'm a superstar, I don't want to be the third guy because LeBron will have the ball in his hands. He'll be running the point, and he'll get his 20-plus points a game. AD is more skilled offensively than Giannis, so he can shoot the basketball, he can post up, he can do other things. Where would Giannis fit in this? Now, you could say, well, Dwayne Wade wasn't a shooter, and Bosh became the third guy because he could shoot, so maybe that would be AD. But that was a different NBA. The three-pointer was not as important back when LeBron and D-Wade played together in Miami. Now, with the three ball as it is, I think because Giannis can't shoot, he could easily become that third guy and really be like a glorified role player. Kyrie Irving was the second guy in Cleveland to LeBron because he could shoot, though. And so Giannis would be great with the Lakers in transition and defensively. I mean, he'd be a terror. But in the half court, I could kind of see him getting lost. So I think for him, if I don't stay in Milwaukee, I'm looking at Miami, where he could just go fit in and you got shooters you could place around him. I'm looking at maybe a trade to Golden State or even a trade to Philadelphia. Because if he's a free agent and he wants to go to Philadelphia, he'll be able to push a sign and trade somewhere. And if Philly doesn't win the East this year, they may be ready to go in a different direction. And maybe if you're Milwaukee, you can get Ben Simmons for Giannis, and then Philly tries to pair him with Embiid. So I don't think it'll happen. But look, Kevin Durant went to Golden State, 73-win team. So nothing's impossible, but I would be shocked if Giannis went and joined the Lakers with LeBron and AD.
Well, Skip, he took all my points, so I'm going to let you take it because that's exactly what I was going to say. I would say no. I wouldn't bet against it because KD went. But, hey, go ahead. I'll let you go.
I do not doubt this is in the works. And I don't think it's on the Lakers' radar. I think it's on LeBron James' radar. LeBron James needs AD and Giannis to catch Michael Jordan. That's what's about to happen. I do not doubt it 1 second because he needs to get to 6 so he can say, I'm 6-6. Everybody's supposed to forget about the second 6. Yeah. And Jordan was, no, you're not going to get to 7. 6-6. But obviously Jordan was 6-0 with 6 finals MVPs. It's over. But LeBron will be able to make the case if he could ever get Giannis to come also. It would take both of those guys to put LeBron over the top just to get to 6. And the point of this is, I think Giannis also needs LeBron and AD. To me, Giannis has shown himself to be nothing but a 1A. He cannot lead a team by himself to a title, nor could LeBron in Cleveland, obviously. But even though a very good team was around Giannis the last 2 years in Milwaukee, it still won't work unless he can rise and shine in playoff situations. And we see that he's flawed. He doesn't have a mid-range game, and you can shut him down. Line. He's terrible at the free throw line. But if you pair him, as Chris just pointed out, with LeBron and AD, whew, you could figure that out quickly. And as LeBron ages up to, what is he now, 36?
He'd be 36 in December.
Okay, so as he goes 37, 38, if he had Giannis and AD, he could play more pure point guard and distribute, and it would work, and maybe they would get to, he would get to 6 championships.
Ain't no maybe. Yeah. You know good and well if he got Giannis, AD, and LeBron,
okay,
it's
well,
over.
Maybe he's got one eye on Brooklyn because all of a sudden it's KD, Kyrie, and who knows, maybe James Harden, and then we would have East meets West.
First of all, how you gonna sign? First of all, how you gonna have KD on a max contract, Kyrie on a max contract, James Harden on a max contract, and what you call him on a max
Okay,
contract?
I asked you the same question about the Lakers, but somehow the capology works because it's the LeBron rules. It's LeBron rights.
What did KD do? If you notice, KD was signing 1-1, and he was taking $9 million, $8 million less each contract. So therefore, you could keep. Steph got that max deal, so you were able to keep everybody at bay.
Okay.
That's what we'd be willing to do.
Okay.
LeBron got one more year, Skip, and then he on the option. So we got two options. LeBron might be saying, okay, well, I'm supposed to make like 40 mil.
So my final point before I throw it back to Chris Broussard is somewhere Michael Jordan is laughing at this because this would have been the last thing that he would have tried to pull off when he played.
Well, I'm over here laughing at him signing Gordon Hayward 4 years, 120. So there are a lot of people laughing at him right now, aren't they, Chris?
Well, I'm going to leave. That's a topic for another day.
Yep.
I'll say this. Let's say hypothetically this were to happen and LeBron does get to 6 wins in the finals. He's 6-6. To me, the most impressive part of that in the argument with Jordan as far as the GOAT would be now LeBron would be, you'd have to say, okay, he won 6. And granted, he wasn't undefeated like MJ, but he got to 12. Like, that is incredible. That, to me, would be more of an argument in the GOAT debate than just the 6 championships. Because if we look at the championships, getting there with Giannis and AD, like, the one thing Jordan's always going to have over LeBron is he didn't have these tailor-made teams. Like, LeBron went and kind of made tailor-made teams to win his championships, whereas Jordan just kind of took what was with him and won it. And so I think you could use that argument if he wins it with Giannis and AD, but the 12 trips to the finals, even though he only won 6, that would be incredibly impressive.
Wait a second. In those 6 losses, I'm thinking swept once, swept twice, gentlemen swept another time, gentlemen swept by the Spurs by a record finals margin. Do you want me to keep going? There's some epic fails in there.
And we're going to get to 7. We're going to be 7 titles. So we're going to be 7-6. That's 13 titles in like 20 years with 40,000 points, 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds. How many All-NBA teams? How many All-Stars?
What am I supposed to do with the 2011 finals, the all-time epic fail where
do what you want to do with them. We still to go.
2 games to 1 and you blow 4, 5, and 6 with the all-time meltdown by a superstar?
You can do what you want with 2007, 2011, 2014, 28, 17, 18, whatever. We still going to be the GOAT.
Yep. Well, you need Giannis. So, Giannis, come on now.
No.
Yeah.
We don't need him.
Yes, you
we would
do.
like to have him.
Yeah.
But we don't need him.
Yeah.
I think that trio with the Lakers, it would be better than if you had Harden, KD, and Kyrie.
We'd blow the doors off.
It would essentially be the same thing. It's a chemistry experiment.
No. But we got a true point guard. We have a true point guard that knows how to distribute the ball. So that's the difference.
Okay, but who would have the best player on the floor?
But Giannis can't shoot. That's the challenge.
Yep.
But we got some people. Don't worry about that shooting. We know how to put Giannis in position to thrive.
Wait, who would have the most nuclear weapon? I think Brooklyn would.
First of all,
Kevin Durant's the best player on the planet.
Chris, I'm sorry that you have to hear this, but I ask you to pray. When you go to church on Sunday, will you pray for Chris to get this demon out of his soul for talking that foolishness?
Well, I saw
KD
outplay LeBron back-to-back finals. I don't know. Maybe I dreamed that.
So did LeBron outplay KD? Did LeBron ever outplay KD?
We're going to have to wait and see how this one plays out.
When he was a baby.
We will see when he was a baby. Chris, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.